How to let go when he doesn't like or love you back. In this video, I'm gonna share exactly how to let go of a guy who just doesn't want you. It's Sabrina, your personal love advisor from A New Mode, the channel where we show you how love actually works. Since I started this channel, our #1 topic has been signs he doesn't like you. And I feel like a lot of viewers were pretty bummed out after watching that video and discovering the guy that they like doesn't like them back. So I decided to make a follow-up and share what you can do to get over this guy with your self-esteem intact. I've been there and it is just the worst. You are just like, why doesn't he like me back? Why doesn't he see what I see? I see how amazing we could be together and he just doesn't see it. And why? Is it something about me? Am I just not good enough? And you torture yourself over this. It's really painful. So whether this is just a guy that you like who doesn't want you back, or a guy that you've been dating who just doesn't want to see you anymore because his feelings aren't as strong for you as yours are for him, I am going to share exactly how to get over this type of situation. So make sure you watch this video all the way until the end. Real quick, if you enjoy this video, if you find it helpful, please give it a like. If you like my channel, if you like relationship advice, please subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified when I post new videos, and please leave me a comment letting me know what you think. I love hearing from you guys and I try to get back to everyone. Okay, so here's the brutal truth about when a guy just doesn't like or love you back. There's really not much you can do about it. You can't control how someone else feels. There are certainly things that you can do to increase your attractiveness and your likability, but if you've done those things and he still doesn't like you back, then there really isn't much you can do about it. And I know it's so frustrating because as humans, we just have this need to control everything in our lives, but there isn't much you can do. You can't force someone to feel the way that you want them to feel. What you can do is work on moving on so that you find someone who does reciprocate the way you feel about them. And we're gonna talk about how to do that. #1, stop the obsessive loop. When a guy doesn't like us back, it is so hard not to pick everything apart about the relationship. You think about every text message that you sent each other. You think about the last time you saw him. Did he know that that was going to be the last time you guys were going to see each other? Did he know that I don't really like this girl, I think I'm going to end things with her? You just play and replay every single thing that happened in your mind over and over to the point of making yourself feel absolutely insane. But here's the thing. One of my favorite quotes is from the famed psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, and he said, between stimulus and response is man's ability to choose. And it's true. If you just exercise your mind a little bit, you can choose what thoughts you feed into. You don't have to reflexively give in to all the thoughts that flood your mind. So you start thinking, why doesn't he want me? It must be because of this. Maybe I'm not as pretty as this girl. Maybe I talk too much. Maybe I talk too loud. Maybe this is what I did. Whatever the case may be, you can choose not to feed into those thoughts. So when that thought comes into your mind, you could say, all right, I had a thought about this guy. I'm upset that he doesn't want to be with me, but I'm going to choose not to think about that right now because it doesn't serve me. You have that power within you. You just have to tap into it. The more you feed into those thoughts, the more power you give them over you. And it's just a horrible feeling to constantly be questioning every single thing about yourself. #2, realize that you are not in control. Obsessing gives us this feeling like we're in control. We feel like if we obsess and we obsess and we obsess, it's gonna take us somewhere. And then we're gonna understand why he didn't want us back, why he doesn't like us back, and then we can fix it, and then we can be in a relationship with this guy. But that is an illusion, because like I said, you can't control how someone else feels. All you can control right now is those obsessive thoughts in your mind. You're not gonna find the exact reason why he doesn't want you back. Sometimes the reason he doesn't like you is because he just doesn't like you. I mean, I know that it hurts, but sometimes it just doesn't really go beyond that. I'm actually gonna cover this more later on, so keep watching. You just have to realize that control is an illusion. Once you can understand this, then you'll free yourself from all the mental gymnastics you have to do to try to understand what went wrong. #3, is it him or is it the idea of him that you're stuck on? Honestly, I think it's much harder to get over a guy who was never your boyfriend than to get over an actual breakup. Because in a relationship, when you break up, at least you were there, you tried, he tried, you tried, it just didn't work. So you know that, you have something tangible to look back on. When a guy doesn't even want to try, when he doesn't even want to get into a relationship with you in the first place, that hurts so much more because first of all, you're breaking up with potential. You're breaking up with the potential of what could have been. And potential is always so much shinier and prettier than actual reality. In your mind, you think about how great you guys would have been together, but you didn't even get to that point because he didn't want to, and that's what really hurts. He didn't even want to try. You wanted to try. You wanted to see how great you guys could be together, and he just doesn't even want to try. And that is so much more painful than being broken up with. At least that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Please share in the comments, because I honestly believe it is way harder to get over a guy who was never your boyfriend than to get over a guy who you actually dated. A lot of the time, that's what we're hurt over. It's not the loss of him that we're hurt over. We're not so sad that, you know, he's not in our life in the way we want him to be. We just feel so hurt that he didn't even want to try. A lot of the time, the pain we feel is a bruised ego rather than a broken heart. Number 4, get distance. You cannot see a situation clearly when you are just right stuck in it. You need to step back, you need to have some distance so you can get some clarity and so you could see things for what they are. So that means get distance from him. Don't respond every time he texts you. Actually, just try to cut him out completely. Probably follow the no contact rule here, and we have a whole video on that as well. You need space. You need to focus on other things. Spend time with your friends. Pursue passions. Pursue new hobbies. Put your attention elsewhere, literally on anything other than him. Instead of obsessing about why he didn't like you or why he didn't love you, put your focus on genuinely liking and loving yourself. That will serve you so much better than obsessing over this guy. Number 5, create your own closure. I used to live for the closure. I used to not be able to move on unless I had an explanation that perfectly explained everything and left me with no more questions. And that never comes. You will never get closure that is perfectly packaged with a pretty bow on top. You just won't get it. You won't get it from him. You won't get it from obsessing. There is no closure to be gotten. Sometimes you need to make your own closure. It's holding on to the hope of the closure that prevents you from moving on and keeps you stuck obsessing over something that you never even had to begin with. You want answers. You want to know why. Why not you? Why? What's wrong with you? Nothing is wrong with you. A lot of the time, he doesn't even know why he doesn't want to be with you because it's just something intangible. We are such complex people. We are made up of so many parts of so many past experiences, and all of that shapes who we are and who we want to be with. I used to set people up a lot because I have a huge network of guy friends and girlfriends, especially, I mean, I've interviewed so many guys as research for my articles, for my books, so I knew tons of guys, had a lot of friends, and I would always set people up. And a lot of the times the guys would just be like to me, I don't know, like I went out with her, I'm just not that into her, and I would always ask why, because I need to know why, and a lot of the time they can't even give a reason. They would say, it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. Sometimes there's a reason. I wasn't attracted to her, or she's a little too much of this and that's not for me. But a lot of the time it's just a feeling and they don't know. So he really can't offer you anything beyond what you already have to work with here. All you need to know to get closure is that he doesn't want to be with you. That's it. That's the closure. And sometimes you need to make your own closure from that. You need to realize that it's not personal. It really isn't, because the things that one guy doesn't like about you or maybe uses as reasons that he doesn't want to be with you are going to be the things that the right guy really loves about you. Everyone has personal preferences about what they want in a partner, and it's not going to be universal across the boards. Some guys like girls with a softer personality. Some guys like girls with a stronger, more alpha type of personality. Everyone is different. And sometimes closure doesn't come in having a phone call with him where you're both teary-eyed and explaining, oh, I wish it could work, but it couldn't because of this, this, and this. Sometimes closure is just running into him on the street or wherever and not feeling the need to text your best friend right away and tell her every single minute detail of the interaction. Sometimes you need to create your own closure, and this is really empowering. Take control of your mind and take control of your thoughts. This is the key to moving on and getting over someone who doesn't want you. Also, there are 8 billion people in the world. This is not the only guy in the world. You will find someone else. I know it feels like he's the only guy in the world, but just trust me, he's not. I hope you are enjoying this video. If so, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified when we post new videos, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think. Remember, it's not personal. If you take it personally, you are only hurting yourself in the end. You're only preventing yourself from getting the love you want and from having happiness in life. So just don't do that to yourself. You have a lot more control than you think. Keep that in mind. For more relationship advice, visit anewmode.com, follow me on Instagram @anewmode, and check out more videos on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.